Tantowi Ahmed for Indonesia in these mixed doubles this year, but well, medal hopes with these two, the way they've played in this opening match. A really convincing display that took less than half an hour for them to overcome their compatriots.
Yeah, quality play by Jordan into centre, and he looks calm, yeah?
Yeah, I wondered if there'd be some nerves there, but he absolutely loved that by the looks of things. So confirmation, it finished 21-12, 21-12.
So our next three matches, a nice mix of men's doubles, men's singles and mixed doubles. Of course, you can see the South African pair against the Malaysians. The Malaysians winners of their home Super Series event earlier this year. Then men's singles and the European silver medalist Rajiv Usif from England up against the left-handed Chong Wei Feng of Malaysia, the number 16 seed. And then we have mixed doubles and the 13-seeded pair, Hawakawa and Matsutomo of Japan. They're up against the home players, Anders Christiansen and Julie Howman. So a nice mix of matches coming up. I'm Jill Clark and joined as always by Norton Frost. And the next match on court is that men's doubles. So the men's doubles, South African pair of Andries Malan and Viljoen. They are the two-time African champions. And they've just been announced onto court. The Malaysian pair, well, they've proved themselves in world terms. Winners of the Malaysian Super Series event, the first of the premier events this year. And for Viljoen, the taller of the two South Africans with the blonde curly hair. This is his third World Championships for his young partner, just 19 years of age, Andries Malan. This is his first World Championships. Winning 2 gold medals at the African Championships in Mauritius last year and in Botswana earlier this year. And we can tell that certainly from the African continent they are the best. So Malan from the Western Cape province, the 19-year-old. Viljoen, he's from Bloemfontein, which is derived from the Dutch word for fountain of flowers. So there, Govi Shem will turn 25 next month. 2 gold medals from the recent Commonwealth Games, the mixed team competition, and also took gold in the men's doubles playing with Tan Wee Keong. They have been as high as 11 in the world ranking, but there you can see they're down to 18. 2 finals this year from 7 tournaments, of course, winning that Malaysian Super Series event I was mentioning, and also more success in Malaysia. They reached the final of the Grand Prix Gold event. So there is Andries Malan, 19 years of age, 89 on the world ranking. And Viljoen Viljoen, well, I remember his sister playing, Andries. Yep. Reached the quarterfinal of the Olympic Games playing with Michelle Edwards. Well, this young man from Bloemfontein, 7 titles from 8 finals at the African Championships. That's a pretty good record, isn't it? Our court officials from Denmark and from Italy. And for the pair from South Africa, I know, Morten, that you've coached them both. This is a big moment for them.
It is. I totally agree. I have coached both of them, even Andries Malan, but he was, as you can see, very, very young at the time. He was only 8-9 years old, but I was actually doing a few private lessons with him, and he was very talented for Africa and South Africa at the time. So it's great to see him here.
He's not the one you were telling us about with teaching a trick shot, is he?
He is the one.
Is he really?
He is the one. He is the one. When I said, okay, look at this, and then the week after he came back and said, now I can do it, and then he showed me, and you know, that's a wonderful spirit. And the funny thing is with Viljoen Viljoen as well is that when I arrived in South Africa, he was not really on that good terms with the BSA, the Badminton Association of South Africa. But I said, you know, he's such a good player, we have to try to fit him in. And I think that's a good decision 10 years later, isn't it?
Absolutely.
And he has grown, and he's a good player for the country now.
And on my left, William Viljoen, Andries Malan, South Africa. Andries Malan to serve, Shem Lim Khim, Lava, play.
Heidi Marot from Denmark. The umpire announces play to begin. And the Malaysian pair, the left and right-handed combination. Lim Khim, 25 years of age, born in Penang. And last time I saw him play, the left-hander, I thought he got very nervous on his serve.
Yes, I agree. Last time I saw him play was actually at that Malaysian Open. Even though they won it, he was quite shaky on his serve.
Well, I can't help but wonder, Morten, with this Malaysian pair, whether we're going to see them in future tournaments together. Because quite obviously, with the resignation of Kukian Kiat from the national training setup, although he's playing with Tan Wee Keong here because they were high enough on the world ranking to qualify, he's no longer part of the national setup, and there's going to be a whole swapping round of partnerships, and lots of things have been tried out. And I suppose after the success of the Commonwealth Games with Golvi Shem playing with Tan Wee Keong, do you think that's the partnership they're going to go with? Or Tan Bui Hyung's got to be fitted in somewhere, surely.
Yeah, but my favourite solution is Tan Bun Hyung and Golvi Shem.
Really?
Yeah, Tan with the left-hander with the big smash. Yeah, and then Golvi Shem. That's my favourite combination, but obviously I don't know anything about it. I don't know how they do in training, how they gel together in terms of personalities and all that. I have no clue. Just purely from watching them, I think they are the two best players, individual doubles players they have. But whether they can gel as a combination, I don't know.
I don't know if you've noticed, the shuttle's come onto the court just at the side there. The players continued on. There was no let called. I find that really interesting, Morten, because the more that I watched Tan Wee Keong at the Commonwealth Games and his adventurous play going forward to the net, the more I thought, well, I wonder if he, as a good net player, is the one to play with the left-handed Tan Bun Hyung, so you'd have Tan and Tan playing together.
Yep. It's definitely an option. I somehow think, though, that the defence is not strong enough, but it could be working on it. But so far, I feel that his defence is not strong enough to go up against the real top pace. But it's a matter of taste.
Yeah.
But surely it will be one of the best hitting, attacking combinations in the world.
Yeah. Service fault called from our umpire, from our service judge, Andrea Cipappini from Italy.
Yeah, this is a great occasion for the two South African players here. And you can see they have a little bit of a smile on their face when they play, and gets surprised now and again by the pace and the power of the shots from the Malaysians. But, you know, it's all part of the experience.
Yeah.
And hopefully they will take something from this when they go home. Yeah, Viljoen Viljoen was a very good singles player as well, again in South African terms and African terms as such, but chose to go into doubles full-time as a badminton player some years ago. Yeah. He started off as a singles player and he was really good.
I can tell you that he was twice a bronze medalist from the African Championships, 2006 in Qatar and 2011 in Marrakesh.
Yep. Yeah, I left January 2005, and at that time he had moved down to Cape Town to join the centre. Chris Dedman did the same. A lot of the African players, South African players, moved to Cape Town to be part of the centre.
Yeah.
And the coach who's coming in here, Stuart Carson. Let's just see him here, the tall guy. He was also part of the setup at the time, moving from Johannesburg.
Well, the Malaysians looking fairly relaxed at the moment.
That's understandable.
Yeah.
They are 3 classes above.
Yeah, coach Pang Ches Chang. A quick word. There's Stuart Carson.
Card 1, 20 seconds. Card 1, 20 seconds. 11-5. Play.
Oh, well taken. Clever.
Yeah, good change. Very good change of pace there by Andries Malan. Good shot. Well played.
6, 11.
Yes, I thought at one stage they were just going to try and hit the shuttle harder and harder. And it was all about the thought process when they slowed it down a little. Very effective.
Yeah, well disguised.
Go.
That's a good hit from Lim Khim.
Not only very powerful, but also really well placed. Look at how the placement is. Look there. Very, very neat. In the middle, but still to the back. Forehand defense of Andries Malan.
Well, this Malaysian pair looking very impressive at the moment, but they've had their troubles along the way, haven't they? They've split up a couple of times, come back together. So with all our speculation as to what the pairs might be in future, one assumes that this probably will be dissolved as a partnership.
Yeah, I think that's there's a good chance of that.
Does put it away nicely from the front of the court, the left-handed Lim Khim.
Watch, watch.
Out. Service over. 9-14.
No, that's a pity. He knew immediately, didn't he, Malan?
Yeah, he returned the favour. Short serve from the Malaysians and then a short serve from the South Africans.
There's clever placement again towards the right hip
16-9.
of Viljoen.
Watch, watch.
Out. Service over.
Was that watch?
Yes, it is.
It's learned it from me. That's what I used to call.
They're influenced by English people. Yeah,
17.
it is watch. It was easy to be in South Africa for me. Didn't have to learn Afrikaans or anything.
Yeah.
Everyone speaks English.
Oh, well, tried the dive. There's no lack of effort, is there? Oh, no service short.
4 or 5 mistakes.
Yeah, and what did we say right at the start?
Yeah.
He never seems to push through on that serve enough.
He is feeling kind of insecure.
Yeah.
Surely. Oh, that's a nice shot.
Service over. 19-11.
Well, it's good to see the South African pair. They're absolutely trying their hearts out.
Yes, they are. You know, I must admit, I feel really warm-hearted watching it.
Yeah.
Because these two guys, they play some of the best players in the world now.
20. Game point.
And
11.
I know they're nowhere near, but when you look at the game, when you look at how they construct the rallies and the power in what they're doing and the serve, the understanding and all that,
12.
I actually think they do really well.
Yes.
In
Yeah.
all honesty, I think they do really well.
Yeah. There's still game point opportunities for the Malaysians. That's gone wide and long. And on the second time of asking, Lim Khim and Govi Shem of Malaysia take the opening game 21-12.
21-12.
Just 13 minutes for that opening game. And Stuart Carlson, I'm sure he will be pleased with their performance, even though they've gone down in game number 1.
Yes, Stuart was one of the 6 players who qualified for the Olympics in Athens in 2004. So I know him very well.
Yeah, and I had the pleasure of meeting him in Glasgow at the Commonwealth Games.
Yes, you had.
And he had a strong Scottish accent.
Huge.
But he's been in South Africa for a long time, hasn't
Forever.
he? Yeah.
Forever. But he's just got the accent and it doesn't disappear.
Yeah.
I have never heard him actually speak Afrikaans when it comes to it, when I think of it. Whether he can or not, I don't know. I have to ask him. He's coming to Aarhus, where I live. Not this week, obviously, but next week. He's coming
lovely.
to see me, yes. He's staying here for another 2 weeks, attending training courses and all that. So that's part of the education, which I think is really good.
Yes, I think the International Federation, the BWF, use these opportunities of World Championships to do coach education and exchanges of ideas, and
Yeah, it's really good.
it is very good.
Yeah, I have done once or twice at the conference as well. So not that I particularly like it, but they thought it would be nice to pick my brain.
It is. I pick your brain.
And now I'm getting paid for it.
Oops.
Oops. Yeah.
Yeah. Well wide. He knows. Milan played in the Commonwealth Games mixed doubles event as well with Jennifer Fry. Reached the last 16. That was a good result for them.
It was a very good result. But here they only got the 2 boys in the men's doubles here, and then Jacob in the men's singles.
Yep. Yeah, that's a nice use of the mid-court area. Trying a bit of trickery there.
Viljoen was completely caught on this one, the cross. That one he's covering with the forehand. Got no way of changing.
6-2.
Seemed to take his eye off the shuttle, yeah. At least he's able to smile about it. Fighting for the right, these 2 pairs to play against the number 6 seeds, Liu Xinmu and Sai Chief Sin from Chinese Taipei.
Service over. 7-3. Service over. 4-7.
Well
He's quick.
taken.
Yeah, he's quick.
And I just want to pick up on the point you made about possible partnerships and Govi Shem. He's got the most incredible smash. the steepness that he manages to get, coupled with power, and he is extremely quick. The only doubt I have in my mind is his ability to keep his focus throughout the entirety of a match. And he needs a partner who will keep him in check.
Keep him in place, yes. And I think not knowing a lot about the combination we see here, but as you said earlier, they have been split up a few times, and it's got a lot to do with the personality clash.
Yes.
And I can see that Lim Khim is the serious one, the one that we're going to do this, we're going to do that, and Shem is much more relaxed, laid back, and say, oh, maybe tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I think that clash of personality is really making it very difficult for this combination to work.
Well, it was after the Singapore Super Series event in June 2012. They publicly stated that they didn't want to play with each other anymore. But by the beginning of 2013, had reformed the partnership. So, you know, we talked about it yesterday, I think, how players sometimes need a little bit of a break. You need to get the realisation that actually your best chance of achieving the shared goal, which is success on the international stage, is to actually play together.
Yeah, we have two very fine examples in Denmark of exactly that. And definite clash of personalities between Lars Påske and Jonas Rasmussen. Completely two different people. They go in opposite directions. But when it comes to badminton, they play very well together. And even though there was kind of a clash of personalities, they decided to stay together. The same thing was actually Jens Eriksen and Martin Lundgaard Hansen.
Yeah.
Same thing, absolutely the same. Two completely different personalities.
And let's just emphasise how well that worked, in that Påske and Rasmussen won the 2003 World Championships in Birmingham, and Jens Eriksen and Martin Lundgaard won the All England Championships.
Yeah, I actually think they won it twice, maybe even, but at least once.
I have a feeling they won it twice too.
Yeah. So it's just saying that, you know, you don't have to gel outside the court as long as your game as such is working.
Yeah. Oh, I bet there's a few people watching this that don't get on with everybody within the office, but you know, they're a good working team, and you relate it to sport. And just because a lot of people play sport purely for fun, they think that, you know, you have to be good friends to get on a badminton court or any partnership within the sporting arena. That's not the case. I mean, endless examples of extroverts and different footballers and so on within the team, and yet they're pivotal to the team's success. So it really is a fascination of sport that different personalities can work so well together. And as with the opening game, I think the South Africans are doing very well here. I know the scoreline suggests otherwise, but
but the game, look at that, you know.
Yeah.
Obviously, Shem is into that, but the idea, everything, the follow-up, the shots, even the pace and power, I think is good.
Yeah.
But I know that Viljoen was just married a few months ago, and obviously for South Africa, badminton in the country, it will be interesting to see for how long he will carry on to play.
Yeah. Not only other commitments now, but also at the age of 29.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see him keep going until the next Olympics, Rio Olympics.
That's what I thought. That would be really, really good.
That's a lovely smash from Malan.
Yeah, very nice. Good power. Once again, Shem.
Oh, my goodness.
What a miss.
What on earth happened there?
9.
This is one of the shots, you know, when you're going to tease him in the future, you just have that clip and then you show it to him all the time. Say, what did you think of when you did that?
Well, I wonder what they're thinking right now, because they're facing match point opportunities. Let's see if they can get the same number of points, or maybe even more than the first. No is the answer to that.
But a nice interception.
Yeah.
Good attempt.
So 2 straight games for Govi Shem and Lim Khim of Malaysia. 21-12, 21-11. Just 24 minutes for that victory. That's well played by Viljoen and Malan. South African pair certainly gave their all. So the Malaysians will indeed meet the number 6 seeds Li Shun-mu and Sai Chia Sin of Chinese Taipei in the second round. Their confirmation of the score. The score doesn't do the game justice. So after that men's doubles, we will be turning our attention to men's singles. The 7-time national champion, Rajiv Usif from England. Also the European Championship silver medalist from earlier this year, up against the left-handed Chong Wei Feng of Malaysia, the number 16 seed. After that, we will have mixed doubles. Still matches to come, I hasten to add, after that mixed doubles. We'll turn our attention back to men's singles with Takuma Ueda of Japan against the left-handed number 11 seed Tian Hao-wei of China. And then we'll have another men's singles after that, and Hans Christian Wittinghus of Denmark, the number 10 seed, up against Su Jian Ho.